Hey everyone, it's Rich Warner from the What a Beautiful Game YouTube channel. Glad you could be with me again today. Today's video is about how to prevent those goalie area, that's the 6-yard box in front of the goal net, where the goal kicks are taken from within, how to prevent goalie area altercations on corners and free kicks. I've been watching many of the matches during the 2026 World Cup, and one can help but notice that there's this huge increase in the amount of pushing and shoving between the attackers and defenders inside the 6-yard area, what FIFA refers to as the goal area. It's becoming a game of territorial dominance. It seems that attacking teams use this tactic particularly to distract and interfere with the goalkeeper and defenders. It's also defenders too, by the way, who are trying to assert their dominance over their territory to protect the goal mouth, no doubt as well. But I think it's primarily an offensive tactic. Quite frankly, I find it really unsportsmanlike and even obnoxious and disgusting at times to see this provocation going on and the pushing and shoving. And the referees are trying to stabilize the situation, but they're just a one-man band on the field for all intents and purposes. And there isn't that much one person on the field can do, even though you see the referees constantly trying to push the players aside and everything. But after a while, it gets really tiresome and quite obnoxious to watch constantly this little game that's being played in front of the goal area. And it's about time that we did something about this. So that's what this video is all about. We're going to go into a series of steps that can be taken. I put a lot of thought into this, having been a referee for over 2 decades, as well as a player and a coach and a lifelong spectator of the beautiful game. I can tell you that I know the motivations and I know the games that some of these players play, and there's a way to handle it. A novel solution for this problem during all corner kicks, throw-ins, and free kicks by attacking teams is, number 1, mandate that all attacking players refrain from entering the goal area until the ball is back in play. That's right, all the attacking players have to clear the goal area, and only defensive players are allowed in the goal area. If the goalie wants to be the only defensive player in the goal area, that's fine. Then the other defenders will be floating, out inside the penalty area then. But any number of defending players can stay in the goal area if they want to protect the goal. Because on a corner kick or a free kick, sometimes you need that extra protection that you get from those defensive players, and a goalie can't protect the goal on his own sometimes. So you need that extra support. So it makes sense to allow any number of defensive players to hang out inside the goal area and clear the goal area of all the attacking players. This step in itself would solve a lot of problems. I would also add step 3 is that outside and on the 6-yard line, only defenders have the right to stand on the 6-yard line, not the attacking players. So in places where there is no defender on the 6-yard line, an attacker can stand close to it, but not on the 6. And if a defending player notices that an attacking player has moved around, the defender can also follow the attacking player and cover and mark him, but only the defending player is allowed on that 6 goal line. And the attacking player has to maintain a certain distance from the defending player. And that distance should be something like an elbow's length away from the defending player. So if an attacking player is getting too close, pressing up on the defending player, then it would be an indirect kick going out for the defending team. If either the defender or the attacking player continues to jostle and provoke the other player, that would warrant an immediate yellow card, and the indirect kick would be taken going out if it's a provocation against the defense, and it should be a penalty if it's the defender who's causing the altercation or the pushing and shoving inside the box. So let's say an attacking player is approaching the defending player and is provoking him and, giving him a slight shove and all of this. And the referee decides, okay, it's an indirect going out for the defending team. Where should the referee place the indirect kick? Well, as you probably guess, it would be where the incident occurred. But sometimes there are multiple provocations going on. And so what the referee would have to do in that situation is to spot the incidents of the altercation or provocation or the pushing and shoving that is farthest away from the goal line. So if the pushing and shoving occurs at the top of the penalty area, well, that's where the indirect kick going out would take place. Of course, if it's the defender who is pushing and shoving aggressively against the attacking player or players, in that incident, it would be a penalty. The key point is that we clear the goal area, number one, and then we use some sort of a distance rule to keep the players apart in other parts of the penalty area, for example. Okay, and a final point would be once the attacking team has taken the corner kick or the free kick or the throw-in, putting the ball back into play, at that point, because remember they were outside of the goal area at the time of the free kick or the restart, at that point, after the ball is put back into play, after the corner is taken, for example, or a free kick or a throw, the attacking player is free to re-enter the goal area. But again, it's the referee's responsibility, as well as the VAR, to catch situations where there is provocation, pushing, and shoving. So only by instituting clearance of the goal area and respecting the distance between defenders and attackers can we minimize the chaos and frustration in front of the goal area that have tarnished the beautiful game. And I think it's high time that the referees at the highest level particularly set the example and really take a firm stance against all this pushing and shoving and jostling that actually has nothing to do with the beauty of the game. I'm curious to hear what you have to say about this subject matter. So I'd encourage you to leave a comment below this video at your convenience and share your thoughts with the community. Thanks so much for watching. This is Rich Warner for the What a Beautiful Game YouTube channel. I'll see you in the next video.